Yan, so good evening to all fellow Filipino hobbyists out there. So, ako nga po pala ulit si Silverge para sa isa na namang bago nating episodes na ang title is Usapang Hobby. So, dito sa Usapang Hobby, meron tayong magiging special guest na galing sa Canada. So, isa rin siyang ating kapwa Pilipino. So, ang ating magiging guest ay si Mr. Bryan Carreon aka Raven Gundla. So, tara, kilalanin na natin siya. So, ano yung mga naging experiences niya throughout the hobby na ating kapupulutan din ng tips or aral, hindi lang sa loob, pati rin sa labas ng hobby. So, para masimulan natin itong podcast na to, huwag kalimutan na mag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel, Verge Kevin Umali, para maging updated kayo sa aking mga upcoming toys or ganta reviews. So, huwag na natin patagalin guys. So, invite na natin si Mr. Bryan Carreon. Yan, for our fellow Filipino hobbies na nanonood, you can share this one sa mga Facebook na gunpla or toy groups if you want.
Good morning.
Good morning, dyan, sir.
Yeah, I still got the wake up here.
So, sir, to begin with this podcast, so, sino yung mga gusto nyong batiin or i-shoutouts before we start?
Number one is the PGY community, the Filipino GUNPLA YouTubers, fellow content creators. Shout out to them, and also I think that's it for now.
Yan. So, to start with this podcast, so this is my first question. So, nga pala, before our first question, it's an honor, Sir Bryan, that you have accepted my invitation to be a part of this podcast. So, it will be a great help to our fellow Filipino community. So, for our first question, usually tinatanong ko sa mga fellow Filipino hobbies na nagiging guest natin dito sa Usapang Hobby. So, Sir Bryan, kailan ka nag-start mag-collecta ng hobby? So, what was the story?
Actually, now that I think about it, nung bata pa ako, grade 5 ata, grade 4, grade 5, my first Gundam kit is the God Gundam.
That was 1/144 no or non-grade or yung 1/100 high grade?
I think first grade siya, 1144. Hindi ko matandaan kung legitimate siya. Pero I can remember na yung ano niya, yung limbs niya, ano lang yung arms lang niya at saka yung hindi siya articulated. So yeah, that's my first kit.
As far as I know, kasi ang nilabas lang kasi na Gundam at that time, that was a 1/144 no or non-grade scale. Kaya lang, yung mga to be followed na kasi I have no idea. Unless there are some other toy lines na nilabas na G Gundam like Gunplay.
Yeah, hindi ko, matagal na kasi nung umuwi ako dyan sa atin, hinanap ko kung nandun pa, pero pinabigay na pala.
Pero at that time, sa time pass by na nagko-collecta ka, nandito ka pa sa Pilipinas nun or nasa Canada ka?
Nung bata ko, yun yung una kong kit. Pero nung napunta ako dito sa Canada, ang naging una kong kit, 2006, Strike Gundam. At saka 1100 Jesta doon sa F91 series. Yun yung mga
yung green na Jesta na mass production.
Ay, iya ata. Ano siya, classic kit siya.
Okay. So doon sa sa naging milestone mo sa pagkokolekta mo ng Gundam model kits nung nasa Canada ka na. So nung nasa Canada ka na, sino yung mga naging first persons na nakilala mo? Na syempre sa Canada, bago ka pa lang sa Canada, hindi mo alam kung sino sa mga tao doon sa country na pinuntahan mo. Yung hilig mo is katulad din na na hobby nila. So sino yung mga nakilala mong persons na talagang nagkaroon ka ng deeper knowledge sa paggaganda? Sino yung nag-introduce pa sa'yo?
Yung kaibigan ko sa neighbor ko, nagbi-build siya ng Gunpla noong time na yon. Doon ako na expose sa hobby talaga. Yung may binuo ata siya na strike Gundam, tapos nakahiligan ko, tapos nung nagpunta ako sa mall, nakita ko yung hobby shop, nakita ko yung same kit, so binili ko. Actually, nung time na yun kung popular yung grupo, yung mga Gundam Ghosts, nung time na yun, magagalit sila sa akin. Ginamit ko gunting, nail clipper. Actually, at one point ka, ginamit ko kutsilyo para lang tanggalin yung knobs.
So wala ka pang knowledge ng mga basic sa building time, mga building
Wala.
model na yun?
Wala.
So who was those persons na talagang nagturo sa iyo ng mga basics on how to build a Gunpla dun sa Canada?
Actually, dito sa Canada, wala talagang nagturo sa akin eh. I just saw the paint, binili ko, tapos yung brush, tapos nagpaint lang ako. I wasn't even looking at yung mga customization. Kung ano lang yung natipuhan ko. Nung time na yon, 2006.
That was 2006. So kung titingnan natin naman yung price range ng mga kits sa Canada compared sa Philippines, malaki ba ang diferensya ng presyo ng kit sa Canada against sa Pilipinas?
Yeah, iba kasi nga kung bibili ka dito locally, mina-markup talaga nila yung price. Minsan yung iba 20% markup, may 40% markup, depende pa yung sa kung mahirap makuha dito. Kasi pagka dito kasi Canada, North America, ang shipping talaga lalo na sa kung hindi ka sa malapit sa port, mas mahal.
So meaning sir, yung price range ng kit sa Canada compared sa Philippines is triple the price against Philippines or
yes
not
and no.
that?
Yes. Actually, for now, yung nahalata ko now is it's near the normal price. Hindi siya triple ang price niya, pero almost normal price na ngayon. Before it was 40% markup, pero now it's different. Pero depende pa rin sa item na bibilin mo.
Okay. So, tanong ko naman, Sir Bryan. So, how was the community there in Canada pagdating sa Gunpla? Kamusta naman yung naging influence and how was the camaraderie?
It's interesting. There is camaraderie here. There are a lot of good builders. There's a lot of great people, but there are still a few na they're not happy with the hobby. So they want to be the Grinch, the Grouch. Yeah, and I've
Pero
seen
sir,
it myself.
If I'm going to ask you, siyempre pagdating sa Canada. So, dito kasi sa Pilipinas, marami kasing Gunpla groups sa Pilipinas na binubuo or nagkakaroon ng mga iba-ibang klaseng grupo. So, dyan sa Canada, ganun din ba yung senaryo na may mga iba-ibang klase rin na grupo na binubuo dyan sa Canada?
Yeah. Okay, so locally dito sa area ko, noong 2017, when the first GBWC was introduced, naghanap ako ng grupo pero hindi ko makita. 1 month later, after I started Gunpla Edmonton Gunpla Builders made an appearance. After that, I focused it. At the time, it was the only Gundam group in Edmonton. And it grew, and let's put it this way, people have their different opinions on how things are run, so they ended up starting their own group. Every provinces are the same process.
So, in terms naman sa level of skills ng pagpipintura or pagko-customize, so how was the community there in Canada? Marami bang mga magagaling din sa Canada pagdating sa plastic model?
May mga magagaling. Yes, there are good like builders here dito, magagaling na builders. I know one actually, his name is Ryan Lau. He is the 2018 GBWC Canada winner,
Mhm.
and he is also the fourth place in 2018 as well. And
Sa
his skills are great
overall competition
overall.
sa Japan. Mhm.
Yeah, worldwide, world level. He's nakita mo na yung Kishatriya niya.
Okay, that was 2018. So, doon sa naging
Yeah.
entry ba ni Sir at that time, yung din ba yung naging turning point para mas lumawak pa yung Gunpla community sa Canada? Nang dahil sa nag-champion si
Um,
Sir that time.
yes and no. Kasi every provinces is different. Kasi nga dito sa Canada, Alberta dito is got a population of about 2 million. Pero every province has got higher population count. So Vancouver, Plamo, malaki na sila. Then there's still Gapla, Montreal at the other side. So regarding those provinces, hindi ko alam kung were they already active at the time, how active are they at the time when I started mine. Pero I believe that there was already a slowly growing community. When Ryan Lau actually won GBW's Canada and landed fourth place, that definitely pushed a lot of people to get into the hobby as well.
So, speaking of GBWC, so, syempre, every GBWC has Meijin Kawaguchi around. So, dito sa time na yan, nung time na sumali ka ng GBWC, how was the feeling when you saw Meijin Kawaguchi in person?
Well, I met him, I think, at the second year or third year. I can't even remember. Pero when I met him, I actually interviewed Meijin Kawaguchi for Gunpla Network. And you know that fan feeling, meeting your fan, your like someone that mentored you indirectly as well. It was a great honor meeting Meijin Kawaguchi, shaking his hands, interviewing him, asking those questions. Yeah, it was awesome. It was phenomenal.
Pero si Master Kawaguchi, 'di ba pag nakakausap mo siya, talagang hindi siya ganoon ka-fluent hindi siya marunong mag-English, 'di ba? Or correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
actually, at the time, there was a translator when I was interviewing him.
Hmm.
So I get to talk to him through the translator. And he's just one of the guys, actually. To be honest, it's like I saw him walking at the hallway. It's like I just wave at him. I say hi to him. It's like he's one of the guys. That's the way I
Yung
saw him. It's
yung
like
tipong parang kulang na lang kapag kinamayan mo siya, parang pagkatapos mo siyang kamayan, ayaw mo na hugasan yung kamay mo. Parang ganun ba yung feeling, di ba?
I'm not on that level yet, but I actually got a poster, Iron Blooded Orphans poster, with his signature in it, with a plate as well. And yeah, it's actually one of my treasures. It's like his signature, interviewing him, yeah, and the picture. It's just one of actually the reasons to motivate me is we got one guy here who's been into the hobby since I guess day one, and he just keeps on improving. He ended up being featured like Meijin Kawaguchi in different Gundam series. So the guy, love the guy. It's like I will definitely want to meet him again in the future. Just sit down and talk and just casual conversation.
So, syempre, since nakilala mo na si Meijin Kawaguchi in person, kahit din for me, pag nakita ko kasi si Meijin, I'm very honored eh. Kahit man lang makapag-picture ako sa kanya, talagang I will treasure it a lot eh. So, regarding naman sa competition, so syempre, ngayon kasi pandemic, hindi na natin na-experience yung mga golden times na tinatawag. Tago kasi dyan, golden times or golden ages eh. So, mga golden ages kasi
Mm-hmm.
usually pagka may mga competitions, we are very excited to to go or pumunta sa mga competitions kasi hindi lang naman yung competitions yung aim natin, also the camaraderie and also our fellow brothers from the hobby, makikita natin. So, if you're going to compare the competitions of the golden ages against current competitions na nangyayari ngayon, so, para sa'yo, ano yung naging pagkakaiba? So, para sa'yo, ano yung mga pros and cons?
Um, the pros actually is like you can post your work online, and that's it actually. Pero the cons is you don't get to see fellow builders, your rivals, your competitors, your enemies. You don't see them in person to get to know them, to discuss how they built the kits. That's actually one of the things that I don't like about online competition. It's like here's the team, you do the work, and get it judged. And there's even an online discussion on why this person won it. But it feels empty for me. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't feel like I'm not an expert when it comes to modification and painting, but it doesn't motivate me to do the work just to be judged online. It's like I want my
Mm-hmm.
kit to be out there in the open that people can actually approach and through glass panel and look at it. It's so different.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer in-person competition, the golden times, rather than the what we currently have right now.
Mm. So, para sa'yo, do you think this photo contest na kinokonduct natin sa mga competitions and especially sa mga unofficial build-offs, do you think para sa'yo, is it an advantage or a disadvantage?
It's a disadvantage actually for online competition kasi nga you don't know if it's Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the details. It's like that's one of the problems that potentially arise. Hindi mo talaga malalaman if that kit there got was the job actually done properly. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the disadvantages of the online competition. Pictures can be manipulated. Lighting can be manipulated. It's like there's some people out there that actually did the work, looks great if you see it in person, but it can look bad if you actually take a picture.
Actually, that's a great answer kasi there are some builders right out there na minsan hindi mo pag nakita mo sa yung picture hindi mo alam kung talagang that is a out of the box build. There's some kung what type of customization that
Mhm.
they made. Hindi mo rin masabi kung 3D print yung ginamit. So we cannot say
Mhm.
or we cannot judge. Mahirap kasi. Kaya ang nagiging pressure niyan is sa judges on how they judge.
Mhm.
Kasi hindi nila alam kung ano yung ginawa nilang customizations unlike ng physical competitions talagang nakikita mo talaga in person kung talagang solido ba talaga yung gawa. So, nga pala before we proceed to our next question, shoutouts nga pala kay Mr. Donny Ray Rato, aka Otterworks. So, maraming salamat po sa bisita dito sa Usapang Hobby. Sir, si Mr. Donny Ray Rato, isa rin yan sa mga content creator natin dito sa ating bansa. So, iba-iba yung mga reviews niya. So, you can check that also sa ating YouTube, sa ating naging guest din natin dito si Mr. Donny Rato. So, to proceed with our question. So, syempre, nabanggit mo nga na naka-interview mo si Mr. Kawaguchi regarding sa naging representative ka ng Gunpla Network. So, nabalitaan ko rin that you have became a part of the team sa Gunpla Network as a moderator. So what was the story behind that? Bakit ikaw ang pinili nila sa
Um,
dinami-dami ng mga hobbies?
that is actually even up to this day. Like I was thinking about that actually. To be honest, at the time I joined the group, I even posted some of my stuff there. Pero ang nangyari is they removed some of my posts. And then
Mm-hmm.
next thing I know, I think a couple of weeks later, I got an invite to be a moderator for Gunplay Network. So at the time, it's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure, I'm more than happy to help. because there was another group out there that I was reaching out. Hey, I'm here, willing to help out. Maybe they have seen that post. I don't know, but yeah, that's how it all began. It's I just got the message all of a sudden, and I accepted the offer. And there's no, it's that simple. I was just posting
So
my
if you're
stuff.
going
Some of
to
it got removed.
so if you're going to level yourself as a moderator on handling this page, the Gunpla network. So in Gunpla network ba, how do you moderate this group? Do you find it hard to moderate Gunpla network?
Yes and no. Kasi nga, now we got plenty of moderators as well. And so it is actually easy to moderate. Minsan nga medyo naunahan pa nga ako sa pagano sa pagmo-moderate eh. Before it was hard kasi nga there's a lot of people with different beliefs and opinions, and we had to actually watch the comment section. Yeah, it was hard. Actually, the first time I became a moderator for Gunpla Network, I actually did made a mistake, and yeah, it wasn't easy at first, but then after that, it became easy. It's like if someone's causing a trouble, you give them a warning. If they refuse to listen, they get muted. If they made it worse, they get kicked out. Gunpla Network prides itself as a group that does not condone any type of discrimination or toxicity.
Oh, yun ang nakikita ko rin sa Gunpla Network, and also nga pala guys, for those na interesadong sumali sa international group, I recommend Gunpla Network. So for Gunpla Network guys, lalo na for newcomers, advice ko na kayo guys, huwag kayong magtatagalog sa Gunpla Network kung ayaw nyo ma-erase ng post.
Yeah. Yeah,
Tama ba ako,
we're
Sir Ron?
strict with the rules. Yeah. And it is actually, it is a great community there. There's even another group called Plamo Network. This is the sister group of Gunpla Network, because Gunpla Network only focuses on Gundams only Gundams.
Mhm.
And later on, we Danik decided to create Plamo Network, so that way people can share their other plastic model builds. So to actually
So,
just
Sir
to
Brian,
be nice.
Sir Brian, to educate our fellow Filipino hobbies, pwede mo bang ma-discuss sa kanila yung patakaran sa Gunpla Network para maiwasan na magkaroon sila ng violations?
Just I can actually just follow the rules, read the rules. English comments only, no for sale posts, and any types of toxic comments, it will be removed, deleted. And non Gundam model kits will be removed as well. Yun lang, quite simple. It's like, and then just focus on the hobby, share your work, put in your input, and don't argue with people. A healthy debate is okay, but complete argument and toxicity, we
What
don't
about
tolerate
the
that.
brand? Are there any brand restrictions sa Gunpla Network?
No, if you want to share your knockoff kit, like Dragon Momoko, the band, go for it. We don't. We let those posts there. Also, no backlog post. Okay.
Or if you want, pwede rin nila, or if they want, they go to Gunpla box. Ano yung Gunpla boxes? Meron kasing group na puro box lang eh. Di ba?
Yeah, I've heard of those, pero I don't even check those. I don't even share my backlog kit.
Yan,
Yeah.
to proceed with our other questions. So, shoutouts nga pala kay Mr. Mil Ramos. Sir Brian, itong si Sir Mil Ramos, isa rin to sa mga admin ng isang grupo dito sa ating bansa. So, shoutouts na rin kay Mr. Mil Ramos. Salamat na rin po sa bisita dito sa ating usapang hobby. And shoutouts na rin sa grupo mo. Meron din silang mga competitions, sir, like photography or posing contest. So I'm very happy na meron din iba rito sa Pilipinas na grupo na ginagawa rin nila yung ways to promote the hobby. So, Sir Brian, to proceed with our next question. So, if you're going to compare the level of the level of, syempre, in general na natin, syempre, at in transparency, wala tayong paligoy-ligoy dito. If you're going to compare the toxicity of a Gunpla network in general against Philippines, so what do you think for you is mas mas mahirap i-handle para sa
Gunpla network, we don't condone toxicity. We shut it down immediately. Once we find it, once it's reported, we make sure that we notify the members of that their behavior is not acceptable, and if they don't want to listen, they get removed from the group. When it comes to the toxicity of the Philippines, and this is through my own personal experience, there is toxicity in the Philippines because there's so many groups in the Philippines. Many years ago, I was actually involved in a war, practically against another group. Toxic behavior that I didn't like at all.
Mm.
So when it
Pagdating
comes
dun
to
sa mga
international,
ganong
yeah.
scenarios, pero pagdating dun sa mga ganong scenarios, um, uh, compared sa international level, do you think mas okay pa i-handle yung sa Filipino community against sa international? Or do you think same lang din sila ng scale?
Skill or the behavior? Sorry.
Scale of behavior. Kumbaga yung paano mo masusukat yung issues or
The
how you handle
behavior
those
when it comes
issues.
to
Mas
the
mabigat
Philippine,
ba sa Pilipino?
mas mabigat sa Pilipinas regarding the toxicity. Kasi nga, yes, there are moderators and admins that are doing the job, but there are other groups as well that cater to this type of behavior. So one of the reasons that I actually kind of stayed away from the Filipino groups because of the toxicity. Kasi walang break eh. Walang break sa Pinas eh. But when it comes to the international level, there's more restriction regarding abusive behavior.
So, in short, may disiplina rin, may disiplina yung international in terms of rules and regulations or behavior towards the hobby.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to be on the same page here, kasi nga I used to be a member of a lot of Gundam groups many years ago, but I decided to actually leave a lot of those groups just to focus on a select few. So I can't comment about groups from other countries as well. I don't know how they run their community there, how they manage it. So I can only compare like Philippines and Philippine groups through my previous experience. And then the international group like Gunpla Network. I do run other groups as well. And how we manage it is we just don't tolerate abusive behavior.
Pero in terms naman, sir, sa crab mentality, what do you think, which of these two has a most experienced crab mentality here in the Philippines or international?
Philippines. I'm sorry,
Why, sir?
Philippines. I actually because again it's yung behavior ng tao yung may mga toxic behavior talaga sa atin na yung iba gumagawa talaga ng fake account just to harass other people. Then on top of that, I heard about scammers as well na nagbebenta ng mga kit. There's just so many to list. One of the reasons why na talagang I mainly stayed away from the Filipino community.
And para naman doon sa naging champion at that time sa ating Filipino community. So, paano mo ma-i-analyze yung crab mentality dito sa pangyayari?
Oh, you're talking about the Barbados built the GBWC winner. I forgot,
enemy
was that
spotted of
2018?
yes. Yes.
Yeah,
That was
I was
enemy
actually
spotted of
surprised.
Mr.
I remember at the time na may mga negative comments even in the international level. Nakikita ko mga Pinoy din yung nagbibigay ng negative feedback. So
So para
yeah,
sa'yo,
I actually the guy, I didn't like it because the guy put the work in. It's like it yes, it's an iron-blooded orphans, Barbados Lupus Rex, customized. Um, if people say it looks like a Transformers. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. He have his own vision. I'm actually happy for the guy that he won the competition. Constructive criticism is okay, but outright hatred to the guy, come on. It's like
so
kapwa
parang
Pilipino
meaning,
tapos
sir,
gaganunin
parang
nila.
parang kumbaga yung kapwa mo Pilipino, ibababa ka kaysa suportahan ka.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen it in the comment section that year many years ago. A lot of people said that it looks like a transformer. It didn't won from other nationalities. Pero the most hate comments I've seen is from other Filipinos, and I didn't like it. It's like the guy put the time and the effort for that. He doesn't deserve to get bashed like that.
Yan, so sa mga viewers, yung kaming na pag-uusapan is based lang sa opinion niya. So lahat naman tayong tao, may mga
Yeah,
kanya-kanya naman tayong opinion. So if you don't like the opinion of this person, it's your choice. But then again, we have our own opinions and we must respect that. Pero kung tinignan kasi
yeah,
natin yung reality, talagang may ganun talagang nangyayari sa buhay natin. Pag ang kapwa halimbawa, may nakukuhang achievement ang isang tao, talagang merong ibang tao talagang hahatakin ka talaga pababa. Especially sa mga taong,
yeah.
sorry for the word, baka nainggit sa'yo, nakitang may nakukuha kang achievement, hahatakin ka talaga
Mm,
pababa. Gagawa sila ng
mm.
paraan, masira ka talaga.
Yeah,
Actually, I have experienced that
it's
too.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
by those trials, by those trials kasi, Sir Bryan, parang katulad mo rin syempre, we have experienced
Mhm.
trials. Doon kasi, if you're going to think constructively, doon ka kasi mag-grow eh. Kung di tayo titingin sa
Yeah.
negative, if you're going to think on the positive side, the more na binababa ka, the more na aangat ka. Tama ba ako, Sir Bray? Anong mako-comment mo dyan?
Mhm. It's constructive criticism is okay. That will help a person to grow as a to be a better person, to be a better builder. But outright hatred, no. It's like you're just showing how petty you are. Kung gaano ka talaga kasama ugali mo. If you're not happy, then you want to pull other people down, then you're bad. You're a bad person for doing that. Is that the right word? It's really hard for me to. It's uh, it's all about having
Hindi
fun with
natin
the hobby.
please lahat ng tao. Mm.
What? Sorry.
Parang, kumbaga rin, hindi natin mapiplease lahat yung tao eh. Kasi iba-iba kasi sila ng forte
Yeah.
or hilig or opinion. Diba?
Mm. Yeah. Have fun, relax, and enjoy. That is Gunpla. That's actually the motto of my channel, and it will always be. And I want people to enjoy this hobby, and that's all I want for everyone.
That's a great answer, Sir Brian. So, when we speak of, syempre, criticisms will always be there in our lives, in every industry, not just in Gunpla. So, ikaw, Sir Brian, in your own experiences as a hobbyist, ano ang naging pinakamabigat mong trials as a hobbyist and how did you overcome it?
Um, uh, well, even mentioning that, it's I was dragged down. I was accused of things that I didn't do. I um, I put in the time and the effort for something that I really love that I want people to enjoy. And
Mhm.
there were people out there that hindi sila naging masaya sa pagano ko, sa ginagawa ko. They got their own opinion, and I was stressed out, and I got betrayed. So I almost quit the hobby actually because of that. Um, it happened in a local level, and thankfully, there I have a really great support system from other people in the international community. They found out what happened, and yeah, I was actually I'll be honest, I was crying in my car. Yeah, I actually got I was at work when I found out what was happening. Then when I got home, I was talking with my friends, and I was crying um, because someone I thought I could trust actually betrayed me. Wouldn't even answer because of this hobby. It practically it almost broke me actually because I wanted people to enjoy this hobby. I was willing to put in the time, the effort, and my own money, and I got betrayed. And yeah, all hard work. At the time, I felt like it was for nothing. They used my stress against me, and they turned me into the bad guy in the end. And even like after I left that community, they actually found my Facebook account, my alternate Facebook account, and they harassed me on a monthly basis. It did finally stop this year, and but thankfully I managed to get past by that because of the support system, because of my friends, my colleague in the Gundam community, the good ones. They helped me get past that betrayal. That sorry, yeah. Just thinking
It's
about it,
okay. I
actually,
understand.
it really does hurt. It yeah. So I spent so much money and effort just to try and make things happen, and I got repaid being uh, by being betrayed. I didn't make a single penny out of this. I actually lost money. And am I asking compensation? No, I'm not. It's like I did it because I liked it. I wanted to help out. I wanted the community to grow. But that's all in the past now. Actually, I learned from that mistake. So yeah,
Just like Wukong said at League of Legends, every mistake is a lesson. Am I right?
yes, yeah. And
Kasi kahit
I
din naman
do
ako, sir,
actually, one thing
marami.
I do want to say, yeah,
Sige po. Mhm.
yeah, go ahead.
Ako kasi, for the likes of you, syempre, ako rin kasi yung tipong tao na I'm not asking for anything as long as the community is maganda yung camaraderie, the brotherhood. Yung tipong, yung pera mo, handa kang gumastos eh, para lang sa ikabubuti din ng hobby, sa paano mo siya ipopromote para din sa karamihan. Pero syempre, wala namang perfect when it comes to uh, giving happiness to others. We cannot please everyone. Syempre, there are times talaga na may mga tao talaga that are not pleased or hindi sila gusto, hindi nila gusto yung ginagawa mo. Pero by those kasi, magiging challenge para sa iyo yun eh. On how are you going to be more better than your previous self. Ako kasi nangyari kasi yan. Ako, to be honest, I've been eating criticisms for a long time. Pero sabi ko nga sa sarili ko,
Mhm.
if I'm not going out of that shell, walang mangyayari sa akin. So I realized, kailangan kong makalabas sa
Yeah.
shell ko. Kumbaga, doon na rin ako nag-develop na sa sinabi ko nga na I don't give a fuck on what they say. As long as I'm on the right track,
Yeah.
hindi ako tumatapak sa mga footsteps ng ibang tao. Tuloy lang ako sa ginagawa ko. And kung sa tingin ko, yung ginagawa ko, like this one, na usapang hobby, is matutulungan ko mentally yung ibang tao. I think I'm on the right
Yeah.
track. I'm on the right
Perfect.
track. And
Mm.
expected ko na there are some critics that may mga may encounter din ako. Like for the comments, tulad niya, may negative comments sa akin sa una. Sinasabi, basura daw ang laruan, basura ang hobby. But it's your opinion. I accept that. Pero at the end of the day,
Mhm.
kakainin mo rin ang basura mo. Ang dami.
Yeah. Yeah. There are some things na experience ko. I actually got one guy actually texted me, and in the end he told me, "Why don't you do us all a favor, get into your car and kill yourself?" I still got that message up to this day. And he was actually used by his friend that used to be part of my team. Yeah. And I was actually, that's one of the few things that I got is telling me to kill myself. It's like how that's one of the level of toxicity that I receive in this hobby. And But one good thing that I actually did experience, one thing that I actually really do enjoy, was happy about is when I started the community here locally, I've seen people that they're introvert, yung shut in sila, yung nasa bahay lang sila, yung and they took their time to go out for the Gundam Meetup that I set up. When I first started the community locally, I I talked to people, I talked to businesses looking for the space. I was actually willing to put in the money, but thankfully there was a business that actually let us use their space for free, at least once or twice a month, and they were accommodating. Um, the first meetup there was about 14 people. The second meetup became 20, and then we set up an event, and about 50 people actually came into the store. The store was packed on a Saturday. It's like wala kang no, 50 people were building. It's like there was a competition there as well, provided by the sponsors. Those were the days that I really enjoyed. It's like you get to see people that didn't want to interact with others kasi nga tahimik sila. They want to be by themselves, and you see them interacting. You see the changes. I like there is benefit to this hobby, and that's one of the most cherished memory that I have for this hobby is this hobby actually can bring people together, and it actually helps them in a mentally as well. I actually know of a Canadian soldier na he has PTSD, and because of what happened to him, I'm not gonna talk about details about that. Pero when he got into the hobby, it actually helped him cope with his PTSD.
So hanggang ngayon pa rin ba is still active sa pag-gagantla after all those naging happy happenings doon sa FNN?
This here, I don't think so. I think when I left the community, I think it stopped as well. Like because of the pandemic, you got to factor in the pandemic. Kasi nga may mga restriction din dito. So you can't gather and people are afraid. So it's really hard to, even if they want to start again, it's going to be hard.
Pero para sa'yo, if in case na mawala na ang pandemic, sa tingin mo pa ba, are you still hoping na kung ano yung nangyari doon sa masayang nangyari sa event na yun is maipagpapatuloy niyo pa ba?
Personally, no, I don't want to do it anymore. I put in the time, the effort. I went to those meetings. I actually approached the potential sponsors. I had to sit down with them. I was practically begging for some financial support as well to make this happen. In exchange, they will be part of the sponsor. I did all the legwork at the time, and it was succeeding. But after the events of what happened to me, I don't want to do it. It's like if I'm willing, if I want to do it again, then it's gonna be on my terms, on what I believe. If they won't have a say on anything, if they got their opinion, if they disagree, then we can actually cut ties, move our separate ways.
But do you think possible reasons are trust issues why you are not into those things anymore?
No, I don't want to get involved in the community in a higher level. I just want people to enjoy the hobby. That's it. Maski I thinking about all those experiences I have in the past. If I want to continue, if I get a good team, the people that I know that are willing to put in the time and the effort, I will do it. Pero magkakakontratahan na din. This is what's gonna happen. This is what needs to be done. It's
So before
it's really hard for me.
Nga pala kay Mr. Shoutouts nga pala sir kay Mr. Donald Ray de la Cruz from Team Basic. Siya rin yung nag-ano rin kay Wasabi si Wasabi Cats, si Mr. Donald Ray de la Cruz. So shoutouts, ito yung message niya para sa'yo. Sometimes, you just have to be Batman and don't trust anyone. It's sad, but that's reality. So yan yung regarding dun sa napag-usapan natin kanina regarding sa mga naging trials mo. Si Sir Donald, isa rin yun sa mga solidong plastic modeler dito sa ating bansa. And thankful din ako kasi isa rin to sa mga tao na for the likes of you din that are trying really hard to promote the hobby for the community. So I thank Mr. Donald Ray de la Cruz to dahil nag-visit ka dito sa Usapang Hobby. And kay Sir Mil Ramos, shoutouts din, tulad niya, tinatanong niya kung saan country ka daw naka-base sa Canada. So ano yung isasagot mo?
Sa Alberta ako, Edmonton, Alberta.
Edmonton, Alberta. So, yun nga. So, to proceed with our question, Sir Bryan, syempre, all of those milestones, you grow into a better hobbyist. So, pag-usapan naman natin yung tungkol sa YouTube channel mo na Raven Gunpla. So, from being a casual builder or a collector, from being a content creator. So, ano naman ang naging story behind why have you decided to establish your own YouTube channel?
I think I wanted to make money at the time. I want to make money off the hobby. Yeah. And then at the same time, I want to show people what they are getting. Kasi I was already building Gunpla at the time. I think I was on my 30th or 40th kit. Then I realized, hey, why not make my own video as well? So I shared my content, and then yeah, everything just and throughout the years, I was trying to figure out how to improve it. It became, and then afterwards, it became a hobby. It became something that I just enjoy doing now. I'm not even rushing to get my channel monetized anymore.
Well, actually, kasi practically, if you're going to think about that, there are some talagang content creators that are usually aiming for the profit. Pero tama ka, talagang there's some content creators that are from being nainisip nila na profitable hanggang sa nagiging passion. Kasi ako lang kasi naging thinking ko lang naman, kaya gumawa ako ng YouTube content for helping our fellow Filipino hobbies, especially sa mga starters. Kasi, di ba, yung mga old times natin, kasi di ba, Sir Bryan, syempre, we are batang 90s. Hindi pa ganun ka-informative ang hobby sa atin. Syempre, ngayon, social media, talagang advanced na ang technology. So we have to take advantage of that, especially sa new generations na gustong mag-start ng hobby. All of the contents that we made will serve as a reference for them in the future. Kasi yung mga next generation natin, mas may magagawa pa yan compared sa mga nagagawa natin. Kaya sa mga content creators like Mr. Donald Ray de la Cruz, like me, and also you, isa lang naman ang agenda natin and that is passion. Yung profit is just a bonus. Mabigyan man tayo ng opportunity, thank you. Pero what's important is as long as we are helping a lot of people pagdating sa hobby, I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, and it's the mental health benefits are there sa hobby na to. It helps people so much that I like. Again, I've seen people that actually change for the better regarding building a plastic model. It is an expensive hobby. That one we can all agree on. Pero it's all about the fun. It's all about the camaraderie, the friendship, and the benefits.
That's a great answer. So, regarding speaking of YouTube content, so meron kasing grupo dito na ang tinatawag ay Filipino Gunplay YouTubers. So, sa grupo na to, I saw that you're one of the members of this group. So, ano yung nakapagpa-design sa'yo? Why did you join Filipino Gunplay YouTuber? So, shoutouts nga pala sa Filipino Gunplay YouTuber.
It's because of the mobile suit hanger, Carlo. He's the guy. I've known the guy for online
Mhm.
for quite a long time through Gunplay YouTubers. And then I think he's the one that started PGY as well, Pinoy Gunplay YouTubers for Filipino content creators. That's how I ended up joining PGY, and it's been a blast. I really enjoy it. It's one of the most active chat groups that I'm in, and the community is phenomenal.
Ay, sorry. Sir, so mali pala yung pagkaka-describe ko, hindi pala Filipino. Pinoy Gunplay YouTuber. Sorry about that. So, yun nga. So, kahit di naman
They're
ako
the
sa
same.
mga nanonood, sa mga nanonood, isa rin kasi akong member din ng Pinoy Gunplay YouTuber, same as Mr. Bryan Carreon. So, eto nga Pinoy Gunplay YouTuber na to is magandang agenda nito to promote the hobby. Siyempre, sa ating mga Pilipino, kung kaya ng international, kaya din ng mga Pinoy. So, ito sa Pinoy Gunplay YouTuber, ang mga nandito are all about contents ng mga Filipino hobbies natin. Kaya for those who are interested to have their own content at gusto nilang i-share, you can join Pinoy Gunplay YouTuber, and also meron din silang official Facebook page on Facebook. So you can visit that, and also shoutouts nga pala sa mga admins yan sila. Sir Carlo Miguel Mapalad for managing this PGY. Hands down ako sa taong to kasi talagang naiyan niya talaga, naiayos niya at naging maganda yung track ng PGY. So, hands down ako sa kanya, big respect and salute. So, para sa'yo, Sir Bryan Carreon, how was the
Yeah,
experience, the camaraderie of PGY?
I just love it. It's like we share contents. We talk about the kits, the new releases, and we share our some of our headaches.
Pero sa lahat ng mga members sa PGY, sino yung pinaka closest para sa?
Si Carlo, actually, I chat with him, and then Rando, Libangan, Libangan, I think. He's
Mhm.
another one that actually responds on my morning, good morning, with the coffee chip as well. Yeah, those are the guys that I talk to constantly. And then, yeah,
Yan
those are the
para
only two right now that I can recall.
and para at least kahit papaano for those viewers that they have their own YouTube at wala silang mapag-sharean din ng kanilang mga contents, PGY is always welcome for them. So, next question for
Yeah.
you, Mr. Bryan Carreon. So, after those trials that you have overcome, and also marami ka rin naging learnings in life. So, kamusta na po ba ang Bryan Carreon ngayon despite the pandemic?
Doing great. Actually, I actually through my personal experiences, I use that to actually be a better person, to improve my life, my quality. It's I never quit the hobby. It actually grown bigger. Actually, it's like I even have my own apartment at my place, and part of my a small section is actually dedicated for Gundams. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a learning process. And Brian before and Brian now are two different people, because I prioritize on having enjoying life as it is right now, and just focus on the positive aspect, including the hobby.
So, since that you have discussed, syempre, you have learned a lot, especially the hobby na marami ka ring naging positive learnings in life dahil din sa mga naging trials about that. So, since na-discuss mo na yan, so, this is the last question that I am going to give you. So, sir, what's next for Raven Gunpla? What's next for Mr. Bryan Carreon?
Oh, uh, what's next for this hobby for me? I actually don't know. Um, every day is always something new.
Mhm.
It's always it's an adventure in life. It's like you never know. It's like I actually there I got this potential plan to travel Japan next year once everything opens up. Pero other than that, I actually don't know. Just keep on sharing my content. Just have fun, relax, and enjoy. And just do what I usually do.
Yan. So, before we end this podcast, Sir Bryan Carreon, meron ka pa bang gustong i-share or may gusto ka bang i-advise sa ating mga fellow Filipino hobbies, especially sa new generation? So, take it away.
Okay. Well, always focus on the hobby. It's okay to accept criticism. That's going to be part of it. And for the trolls, the hateful comments, just ignore them. It's not worth your time. You got into the hobby, got into this hobby here, so you can relax and take it easy. Forget about the troubles. So so if people are being hateful, just block them. Just remove them. Just focus on yourself. Just have fun, relax, and enjoy. That is Gunpla.
So, for me, isa rin magandang sagot din yan, especially sa iba. Yun nga rin ang lagi ko sinasabi sa mga ibang Filipino hobbies natin. Always for the love of hobby. Tulad nga rin sinasabi ni Sir Donald na nanonood ngayon, no gunpla, no life. So, minsan, life is so short. Etong buhay natin na to, hiram lang ng Panginoong Diyos natin to. So, enjoy lang natin kung ano yung naibigay sa ating biyaya at yung araw-araw nating pamumuhay. Always enjoy the hobby. Huwag nating isipin yung mga bagay na makapagpapasira sa atin sa buhay. So, Sir Bryan, maraming salamat,
But
Sir Bryan, sa pag-accept ng invitation ko rito sa Usapang Hobby. So, Sir Bryan, may gusto ka pa bang i-promote para sa iyong channel at sa iyong mga upcoming sa iyong YouTube channel?
well, a special shout out to Pinoy Gunplay YouTubers, to all the guys there, including you, sir. Really appreciate the invitation. I really enjoyed it. And Gunplay Network as well. The group that I'm moderating with would be great with me as well in the community. And for my channel, Raven Gunpla, I'm just just gonna keep on sharing my content as best I can. And lastly, one benefit about this hobby here is because of the Gundam hobby, I became a photographer and videographer.
So,
And
that's your next
that's
step.
it. Yeah, I'm already doing it. I'm already a photographer and videographer. I've because of this hobby. So that's one of the benefits of this hobby.
Yan. So, again, sir, it's an honor na-accept my invitation ko on this podcast ng Usapang Hobby. And this conversation will help out to our fellow Filipino hobbyists mentally, especially sa mga Filipino hobbyists na gusto magsimula ng paggagantla or pagkokolekta dito sa ating community. So again, Mr. Bryan Carreon, maraming salamat po sa pag-accept po ng aking imbitasyon, and we will wait for your future post sa YouTube. Maraming salamat po.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the invitation as well. I really appreciate it. I've really enjoyed it. That's the reason why I'm awake at 5 in the morning.
Yan. So, that's it guys. Hanggang dito na lang po tayo sa ating usapang hobby. Yan. I hope na marami kayong nakuhang advice or tips dito sa aming pag-uusap ni Mr. Bryan Carreon. So, for more updates and reviews, subscribe to Raven Gunpla and also to my YouTube channel, Verge Kevin O'Malley, and also you can follow my Facebook page, SILVERGE'S Toys and Gunpla Family, para maging updated kayo sa mga susunod ko pang gagawing toys or Gunpla reviews. So hanggang dito na lang tayo guys. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga nanood. Happy building to all and God bless. So see you next time dito sa Usapang Hobby. Maraming salamat po. Thank you po, Sir Bryan. God bless po. Thank you.
Thank you.